Welcome to Speaking of Spade. This is Spade. Let's go. So, the first thing that comes to mind is move forward. Okay? That's the first thing that comes to mind, is that you just got to keep moving forward. And the reason why I say this is because we are now at a very unstoppable position. You're probably like, what you mean? Everything from now until I probably say up until I say about from now until August, September, the energy is going to be very unstoppable. It won't stop. It will keep moving. You know, it makes me think of that song, that this train gonna keep on rolling. That's the song that I hear in my head. Okay. One thing you got to remember is one monkey don't stop no show. And I want you guys to understand that this is in every little aspect of your life. You're probably like, oh, well, it feels like I'm stalling, I feels like I'm stalling, or it feels like, things aren't really happening at the speed that I think. Right. That's what you think. That's what you think. The train, once you get on board, the train won't stop moving until August, September. You're probably like, OG, that is so crazy. I'm telling y'all now, mark my words, the train won't stop moving. It don't matter if you want to get off this train, you're going to have to jump off of it while it's moving. If you want to get off, you're going to have to jump off while it's moving. So if you got that much bravery in you, jump off. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to stay on this damn train until this bitch stop moving, because I don't feel the need to have to jump off and, break my bones and shit. If you tell me that I'm getting on the train not going to stop for the next 5 months, I'm not getting off then. If everything that I need is on this train, clothes, everything like that is on this train, I can still get fresh air. I can still whatever. If you telling me food, water, I can still go, get my hair done. If everything you trying to tell me, everything is on this train, I'm not getting off for 5 months. I'm not getting off. I'm telling y'all now, from now until by August, September, this train will not stop moving. I've been kind of touching into this astrological 9 energy, right? And everybody knows, 9 is the number of endings and stuff like that, transformation. 9 of Wands is like Wounded Warrior right before you get to the 10 of Wands, where it's like, you got your bags and keep on going. If we look at the 9 of Wands in tarot, right? Hold on. 9 of Wands. All right. So when we look at the 9 of Wands in tarot, basically the 9 of Wands in tarot upright means courage, persistence, test of faith, boundaries. In reverse is inner resources, struggle, overwhelmed, defensive, and paranoia. The description of the 9 of Wands says, the 9 of Wands shows the injured man clutching a wand. He looks over his shoulder towards the 8 of Wands that loom over him. He seems very weary and worn, as though he has already been through a battle and now must face additional challenges with the presence of these 8 Wands. As a 9, though, this is his final challenge before reaching his goal. He must endure the last test of strength and character before reaching the finish line. Upright, it says, the 9 of Wands comes as a sign that even in the face of adversity, you stand tall and strong. You may be on the edge of exhaustion, or you are resilient, persistent, and ready to do what it takes to get to the finish line. This card may also come when you feel battered and bruised, having endured significant challenges and struggles along your path. Just when you think you're making progress, you suffer another setback. 9 of Wands asks you to trust that this is merely a test of your grit and your resilience. And know that every time you overcome an obstacle, you're getting stronger. You have the inner resources necessary to overcome any difficulty you encounter. Even though it may seem impossible at the time, see this 9 as an assurance that you will eventually prosper and maintain your position. And if you do not succeed at first, then try again. The 9 of Wands encourages you to keep pushing. You are so close to the finish line. Even if you want to give up, this is your final challenge before reaching your goal. So don't let go of your hopes and dreams when you are so close to making them a reality. Stand firm in the face of challenges and you will achieve your goal. Others may try to oppose your plans, make things difficult for you, or even attack you for what you're putting out into the world. Often they do it because they are jealous of your success or projecting their own insecurities and fears on you. Don't let them get to you. You are a change maker. You have a vital message to share in this world. Don't dim your light because others' insecurities. On a more positive note, you have people who support you. The Nine of Wands invites you to find your cheerleaders and personal bodyguards, those who were Lord have mercy. Those who will protect you from the ongoing challenges and cheer you on to the finish line. Even if others oppose you, you have more people who support your cause. Let them help you. Finally, the advice of the Nine of Wands is to establish your boundaries and fiercely protect those lines. If you allow others to stand in your way or deplete your energy, it is likely that you have not asserted yourself effectively with those people to protect yourself. Get clear on what you need in this situation to be successful and reach your goals, and then communicate those needs to others. On the same note, be aware too many barriers will prevent others from getting close to you or helping you. Bring your conscious awareness to how you are proactively using boundaries to protect your energy. When I hear, like, oh, you guys are facing challenges and tests, not everything has to break you down. Some things are literally just a part of your mindset. Today, I was faced with a situation to where I went and did something that I did 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I felt judged. I felt people were judging me. I felt like they profiled me. I felt like, I felt rejected. And so I went into the situation, same scenario, but it's the, same scenario, but, different timeline, different me, different energy. And I instantly my body couldn't release the pain. My body couldn't release that anxiety, that fear of what happened the last time. And just to be met with so much grace and so much, like acceptance and so much like gratitude and just, it was like a breath of fresh air to just be like, hey, let your shoulders down. And it was energetically welcoming, but my nervous system was still stuck on, remember last time we came, we were being all happy and all this, and it completely just went to shit. And this time, total opposite. There's so much more understanding. There's so much more like, hey, resources and, support around that I didn't realize that I had. So when I pulled up, I saw 999, and everybody knows when they see 999, it's like an ending. But sometimes I realize it's not even just the ending of the particular situation. Sometimes it's the ending of the mindset or the way that you feel. These podcasts are weekly, so I'm very proud of myself that I'm staying on track. So this week, I want you to understand that you are not just ending certain cycles of major things. You are also ending things within yourself. You're ending your lack mentality. There are so many levels when it comes to lack mentality that I'm learning this every day. There are so many different levels to lack mentality. So many different levels. You think that, it's just this, you think it's just that whole time. No, it's so many different levels to lack mentality. And I love the fact that I'm starting to see it. We're thinking, okay, it's the bills, this, that, and other. Okay, if health is wealth and you got to pick between a bill and groceries, would you not feed your soul the food that it needs to so you can continue to be magnetic? So now the energy, the money for the bill come find you? It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So many times we don't put those two together because we're such in survival mode. You don't have to survive in these times. There's an ending happening within everybody that's like, look, you don't have to survive everything. Sometimes you just need to thrive. Sometimes you just need to understand that it's cool. You good. So many things are happening in our world that are trying to get everybody to get in this mindset that I need to get my survival mindset together. I need to get what I'm going to do. What's my game plan? There's no need for you to be trying to ramp up this game plan. The master plan you need to be realizing is, what do I need to do within so it can reflect on the outside? This week calls for that. So many things are going to resonate with you from the outer world. And your biggest thing is the fact of that, okay, does this align with me? Does this resonate? The puzzle pieces are all around you. So you thinking that you have to strategize within yourself is what's going to keep you conformed to negativity, to survival, to lack, to paranoia. Like, I just keep seeing somebody being like, it's like, baby, take a chill pill. Today's the 6th, tomorrow's the 7th. And it's so funny. I remember I was telling y'all on TikTok about how to manifest money. What was so funny about this situation was, y'all, I could have sworn something was way more than what it was. So I went ahead and circled this and, I did what I needed to do, whatever. And something said, go back and look at, like the amount that it really is. Cause clearly I must have wrote down the wrong number, but I go back and look and I be like, damn, that's all it was. That is the energy you need to start looking at. That is the perspective you need to start looking at things right now. Stop trying to be in a mindset where you feel like you have to overwork your mind because of the fact that the resolution to your problem is not right there. Part of the reason why your resolutions aren't right there is because of the fact that you won't keep moving. You won't keep showing up for yourself. You won't keep putting in the work. You won't keep focusing on what needs to be focused on. You're focused on what you can't even control. I want you to think to yourself, what can I do about this problem right now? Think, what can I do about this problem right now? If you don't have a solution, go about your day. As you keep moving, the puzzle pieces will be there. I promise you. When I say I promise you. I promise you. I'm noticing it every day. Like, I'm in the car, I'm listening to Kendra. Man, I'm like, yo, why is she hitting so hard right now? Like, why are her lyrics hitting so hard right now? Because of the fact of I'm not trying to find the motivation to do what I need to do for this master plan. I'm not finding the motivation. The motivation is finding me. I'm not finding the motivation to go get these things that I need to get done, go do it. The motivation is finding me. If I know that this is what I deserve, and I know that I want to feed my body this, and I know I want to feed my mind this, and I know I want to feed my spirit this, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Venus retrograde. One of the things I want to touch base on about this Venus retrograde that I'm seeing so much is it's bringing you a lot of ideas. It's bringing you a lot of ideas that are going to be able to create you the life that you want. Your main focus is that, are you going to dedicate and commit yourself to these things? There's so many ideas floating. There's so many people floating around that we're just like, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, what's the next toy? No, you need to commit to these things. You are not being presented with opportunities because of the fact of, it's just, willy-nilly. No, you're being presented because something is calling you towards it. So therefore, you're going to have to be committed. That needs to be a part of your master plan. What can I do within myself to commit? What can I do within myself to commit? Commitment doesn't come from the outside world. Commitment comes from what you can dedicate yourself to, what you can discipline yourself with. That's where commitment comes from. The definition of commitment, which I'm pretty sure you guys know, but y'all know how this go. Oh, excuse me. The definition of commitment The definition of commitment says the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or an activity. It says an engagement or an obligation that restricts freedom of action. So meaning you commit to yourself of something and you dedicate yourself to it, that you don't have to worry about things being all willy-nilly, trying to figure out, okay, well, how's this going to work? One of the things that Aries kind of are good at is they're good at starting things, and the cardinal energy gets them to really get the ball rolling. Now that it's in retrograde, it's kind of getting you to say, hey, I want you to get the ball rolling, but take your time. That instant gratification, that validation, that resolution, the results that you're looking for, they're not something that is going to happen overnight. It's not. You might pick it up, put it back down on a Monday, and then on a Wednesday you pick it back up, and now all of a sudden it's in your routine. You have to work your way into these things. They're called acceptance. They're called accepting your new life. You're accepting your new energy. You're accepting your new routine. A lot of people are about to go through this life where it's like, damn, you're going to ask yourself, how did I even get wrapped up in this? Because every day you did something towards it. I need you to dedicate 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour to something every single day. One of the things that I told God I wanted to do this month is that I really need to be more consistent. I'm horrible at consistency. And I can be honest that my consistency doesn't look the same every week, every day. And that also comes from me wanting to be a perfectionist. Once I release that I'm not perfect, I can now accept that I am consistent. Does that make sense? If I can accept that I am not perfect, that means now I can accept that I can be consistent. I can post every day something. I can, make sure my podcast is on point. I can make sure I'm doing stuff for my collective. I can make sure I'm doing something for my YouTube. There are things in my life that I know that need more consistency and discipline from me, but I have to accept that I'm not perfect first. I got to keep moving. I told myself we're not spending all this money on food if we can go grocery shopping and get food that's better for our soul. I'm trying to manifest the results of a master plan. I can't do it when I'm full of processed food. I can't do it when I'm spending money on every little thing that I see because of the fact that I don't believe in depriving myself of the food that I want. I can't get to this master plan if my energy is low. I have to raise my frequency. Right now, God is trying to tell you, I need y'all to raise your frequency. All these ideas that I have for you, you are more than capable of doing it. I need you to raise your frequency. There's a pivot happening in March. When I tell you this train, once you board this train, it will not stop. Once you get the ball rolling on these ideas and what you want to do, it will not stop. It makes me think of when Tara was talking to Peter. She was like, you didn't stop. You're going to be telling God, you did not stop. You did not stop. God's going to be like, I told you, it's not going to stop. This summer is going to be real action oriented because of the fact that the endings are here. You're rewriting new bloodlines. I had watched the video and it's called The Transfer of Wealth. I realized I took it down. And I was like, dang, why did you take it down? I took the live down. I rewatched it. It literally had everything I've been saying in it. And one of the key points that I hear in my head right now is I'm sitting here talking to y'all is you now have the mental capacity to withhold the wisdom in order for you to get all these things. You wouldn't have been able to accept that you can do X, Y, and Z because of the fact that your mind couldn't see it. And so since Venus is in Aries and retrograde, now you can see yourself in certain aspects. So now God can give you how to get there. That has been the number one issue of our world because couldn't nobody figure out how to do it. Everybody wants to know, well, how did you do that? How? A part of you even knowing how to do something is the fact that you take a risk that it can be done. Everything takes a little bit of time and effort. But I'm telling y'all, the bigger picture about how you're going to stay protected, stay provided for, stay healthy. It's literally God telling you this is how you're going to do it. This is how you're going to do it. I'm telling you now, you don't realize that this is going to be one of your sources of income. You're like, well, how am I going to make this? And how am I going to do that? This is how you're going to do it. You're like, whoa, this is not what I expected. Exactly. Because back then you wouldn't have been able to see that. You wouldn't have been able to comprehend that God wants you to now be a spokesperson over here, or he wants you now to work in this place and work in that place, because of the fact that your mind is not open enough for you to receive the wisdom, meaning you receiving the wisdom has allowed you to use your skill set. You using your skill set allows you to raise your vibration. You raising your vibration. Now you're here for better resources. Can we get an amen? Amen. This is all a part of the plan. It's a domino effect. Literally, when you hit the domino, it keeps going. Okay, hold on. I have some notes, and I kind of want to talk about the notes, but I'm indecisive of like, do I want to do the notes now, or do I want to do the notes on this live? Let me see what notes go with it. So first, I want to read the angel number meaning of 999. So one of the most common signals that your guardian angels are sending us numbers is the topic of the angel number 999. If you notice 999 is appearing very often in front of you, it's a clear sign that your angels want to tell you something. It may appear on streets. Here we go. As you see it, the nines is composed of a number 9 that appears 3 times, which means that the power is 3 times stronger. Okay, let's keep going, guys. See, this is what I be meaning. Okay. 9 is associated with the universal spiritual laws and higher perspectives. Also, 9 is Jupiter energy. Oh, shit. And that's what I was talking about in the live. I was talking about Jupiter. See? You see how this all be coming together? Okay. Also, it symbolizes the strong character of someone, and it teaches us how to be a positive example for other people. Sorry, hold on. Here we go. Angel number 999 certainly means that one life cycle is going to be over because it is time for new beginnings. There is no doubt that the angel number has to do with karma as well. So you should let things just happen. You should not be afraid of changes that may come in your life because they will help you find your life purpose. The angels are sending you this number because they would like to help you choose the right path in your life and devote you to your life mission. It announces that something is ending in your life. It is possible that a certain situation will come to an end, or that a certain phase of your life is going to be over. More important is not to have fears because of that, because something better is expecting you. Angels have prepared beautiful things for you, and you should be happy. It's associating with light working. It could mean that the angels want you to be a light worker or help others. It may be your life mission. You will feel great doing it. If you are doing something for humanity, it will help you reach your life purpose. You will make not only your own life, but also the lives of others better. You have many skills and talents, and you should use them as the best you can. If you have a special gift to heal others, you should use it as well. Also, 999 is associated with persistence and permanence. It means that you will never give up, although there may be obstacles on your way. Once again, 9 of Wands, 999. Keep going. Okay? Hold on, let's read some astrology. I'm sitting over here like, yo. When I see it, sometimes I do trick my mind. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I trick my mind and I'm like, oh shit, this is probably me in this. I need to put it into this. And what I realize is maybe I need to stop getting so ahead of myself, Sagittarius energy, thinking I'm always right, and to be thinking about the other things around what's happening. In my mind, no, I need to put it into this right now. It's done. This is over with. Whole time, it's not even about me. It's about the things surrounding me. It's about the things in me. It's not about just me putting in action. It's about the things that are going to help me push through that are ending. The mindset that I was in when I walked into that place, that's ending. It's where I don't tense up and feel fear. I get nervous and want to run away. I told you, anything that you are avoiding about is going to come up so you can process it. After I had went in there and I talked to the people and I was like, hey, I don't have an appointment. I just kind of walked in. He's like, okay, they'll be with you for, in a second. It was 10:16 when I got there. It got to 10:23 and I started to be like, I'm waiting too long. I got to go. This isn't for me. I was trying to avoid the feeling of what I dealt with before the whole time. It was nothing like that. It was nothing like that. I instantly tensed up. I instantly was like, I should have never did this. I shouldn't have made an appointment. I can leave. I don't need to be here. The whole time, it was nothing like that. I can't expect people to overcompensate me being uncomfortable because I'm over here in my own trauma. Pay attention this week about that. Pay attention when you have people that you feel they have the obligation to overcompensate you to make you comfortable through your trauma when this is how you see yourself. This ain't Libra energy. This is Aries energy. How do you see yourself? How you see yourself will reflect in others. So if you over here doing all this extra shit, you want somebody to reassure you and comfort you, you know what I'm saying? That in a situation that's not even called for, it's not even needed. Them people is acting exactly how you truly see yourself. They see you as beautiful. They see you as confident. They see you as a warm, nurturing, loving person. So they're acting normal. You're the one that's about to project your fear and anxiety onto them to make it an awkward situation. Say what you mean what you say. Feel what you are. Not what you thought you used to be or what you used to be or what you feel like you need to be. Feel what you are. You're not perfect. And that's okay. You don't have to be overly excited about your new beginning. It was something that you were meant to have. Instead of that overexcitement, change that into confidence. Change that into the next step. I think sometimes, and I'm just going to be honest with y'all, I feel like sometimes we get very overly excited, and then if things aren't what we want them to be already, because, that's just how we think. Like, excitement just means like everything's perfect. So then when it's not perfect, we're very disappointed and we're discouraged. It's because you were overly excited. You don't have to be overly excited about it. Why would it not come true? Learn to accept your gifts from God in peace. So you don't have to be in uproar and have to be in this like indecisive, kind of panicky, uneasy feeling. Not saying you can't be happy. I'm not saying that. I want you just to accept God's blessings and peace. Sometimes when we get overly excited about things, we put a lot of expectations on it. When in reality, we know that God will give us our standards. He will give you what meets your standards. So you being overly excited, then like one thing is not what you expect, and it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw the whole thing away. But God said that's what you need. If God said, I'm gonna bless you with 500 square feet or 300 square feet, I'm just giving you an example of a home, and you get there, you're like, what? This is not big enough. Well, I just want to throw the whole thing away. But you don't realize that there is a business that's downstairs that wants to partner with you. There's a couple upstairs that can benefit you and invest in you. There's a man downstairs that's actually your husband. It's angels around. You just never know. Because you over here now, the whole thing is just going to shit because you just like, well, this messed up my whole vision. Accept it with peace, so everything that comes with it, you could eventually see, oh, I see why he did that. I see why you wanted me over here. Oh, I see why you wanted me with these people. Oh my God, I see why. I've been crying more, and not sad tears. I've been crying out of gratitude because it's just like, this is so surreal. And I've been catching myself from like really working myself up and getting overexcited because of the fact of I don't want to put an expectation on it. I want to just get it in peace. I want it to be aligned. I don't want to be, sometimes we get overexcited. We start telling people shit. And, what I'm saying? We just start doing stuff. It's because we're just overexcited. And I feel like that comes from, like I was telling y'all, that external validation of that you haven't affirmed or reassured yourself that I'm proud of you. If you already knew that you were supposed to get something, why are you overly excited? I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying this to kill your joy. Please believe I'm not. Y'all know I love you. You know I'm always rooting for you. It's a reason why God keeps saying, I need you guys. It's as if people can sense the excitement or something. And the excitement turns into anxiety. Because now you get paranoid that everybody can see you. Everybody's watching you. Now you causing people to bring attention. I hope I'm explaining myself thoroughly for everybody to understand. And if I'm not, you can always reach out to me or comment under this and tell me like, oh, gee, that didn't make no sense. But it's something about we have to trust that what we receive can be in peace instead of being overexcited. We have to remember the sacral is underneath the solar plexus, okay? The root chakra. So if you something about the emotion of overexcitement, it throws off the other two chakras. So now that there's butterflies, so now that you feel like there's a way that insecurity could come in, and now the root chakra is a little shaken because now you don't feel like this is truly for you or truly in your purpose or truly grounding. So something about overexcited. I don't know why. Let me hold on. Overly excited means because anything over is too much. But it's not, it's like hyperreactive. That's a synonym of it, or overreactive. Yes, the synonym of overly excited is hyperactive or overreactive. It throws off the other chakras. I'm like, God, why you keep saying it? Like telling somebody they shouldn't be overly excited kind of makes them kind of like a Debbie Downer. And like, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but like, he's like, no, because it overworks them. It overworks them. So you need to transmute that energy that you feel being overly excited, transmute that into creative energy. Like, hey, designing the next book cover, or designing the next nail, or the next hair color, or designing the next idea. Now take it to the next step. Okay. So example, you move into, you're about to move into a new suite, or you're about to get a new office. Okay. So instead of you now, okay, well, I know I'm about to get this new office. Instead of you like kind of figuring that out, now let's think about what are you going to put on your office? So now you're transmuting that energy into something else. You're getting to understand like, what's the theme going to be of the shop, or what's the theme going to be of the business, or like, what's the theme? So it's like that overexcitement. Our chakras are very sensitive right now. Okay. They're very sensitive. And I'm going to talk more about this in my March wisdom, but I want to, for those that listen to my podcast, you're going to start to feel this. Okay. This week, and you're going to feel it. You're going to be like, yo, I know what she's talking about. The sensitivity that you're feeling in your chakras is coming from the energy that we are about. You can feel the train coming. You can feel the ground rumbling. So your chakras are very sensitive. Your root chakra is extremely sensitive right now because it's having to work overtime in order to keep you grounded, because things are coming. You remember, when we're releasing things, it starts from the root chakra and then it goes out from the crown chakra. So you got to think it's working overtime right now, because it's releasing the things that no longer serve you, but it's also getting the other things that are now coming in. So example, when downloads come in, they start at the crown, then they go to the root. Once a thought goes down to the root, it can be now put into action. In order for you to release something to keep moving in that dark feminine energy to let you, keep going and, don't stop the process, but that light energy allows you to have grace and love and forgiveness for yourself. It has to go in and out. So all the chakras are sensitive, but the one that is working the overtime is the root chakra. It is. Literally, that root is working because it needs, in order for you to do things or get rid of things, it has to be in a very, very, very calibrated state. It has to be calibrated. I mean, it got to be not a degree off, not a pound, an ounce. It can't be off at whatsoever. If the root chakra is just, if it's tilted just a little bit, it'll throw everything off. You'll be feeling the energy of fear whole time. That's actually excitement. You'll be feeling the energy of anger whole time. That's actually this resentment of self-betrayal. It'll throw it off. So right now, let's focus on a lot of root chakra energy. Let's focus on a lot of like grounding energy. Let's focus on processing that we are stable. There are a lot of changes that are happening. Affirm, I am stable. That's really what Venus in Aries does. A lot of people that's why they don't really like Venus in Aries, because it's too much action. But when you think about it, Mars and Venus being together, that's actually extremely fruitful. It's just so many people, they get overly excited. They get in that Aries energy, that boss baby energy. But see, I love that it was Venus in Aries and then it went straight into retrograde. So now Venus is like talking to now it's like as if the ages kind of jumped up quickly. Like, Venus went to Aries, you was a baby, you was doing all this, and it was like all this nurturing, this caring to you. And then it's like the ages kind of jumped. So now you're kind of like in this, you're in this mature teenage state. Like this is like inner teenager energy. You're in this like inner teenager energy. And I just keep hearing like Venus being like, okay, now now I want to know, well, how would you want this and how would you want that? So you still have that innocence. You still have that truth within you. So it's like Venus is right now like the rich auntie. Like the rich auntie that's like, don't worry about it, get it. Like you go ahead and buy it. Or like, I don't really think you should do that. I think we should go to another store and get you something of a better quality. You're trying to go get, blueberries from Walmart and, you're like, I really, really want some blueberries. You get to Walmart, you see blueberries. You're like, I want those blueberries. It's like, no, those aren't even good blueberries. I'll take you up to the north end to a farmer's market and you can get blueberries from there. You don't understand it because of the fact that in your eyes, blueberries are blueberries. But in her eyes, she sees the quality of those blueberries. She sees how they've sprayed those blueberries with something. So she knows if she takes you to go get organic blueberries, those blueberries are going to be fresh. They're going to be more fruitful. They're not going to be all moldy. She knows that they have better quality. That's kind of what Venus in Aries retrograde is kind of telling y'all. You can have it. Let's just get better quality. Or getting you to accept a better quality. Even in your relationships, you guys are now about to step into seasons where you get better quality of people. But it's going to have to be a slow burn. The drive from Walmart to the farmer's market, it's about 45 minutes. But you'll thank me because you'll know that this is a better quality. A lot of these are slow burns. But this is not for you to be putting all this effort towards. This is for you to actually just receive the information, take the next step. They're already telling you. What I love about this energy is that they're already telling you what you are going to do. They're not hinting anymore. That's why I love Venus in Aries, because it's so direct. It is no more hinting. It's no more like, well, I had a dream and somebody said it through the grapevine. No, they say it and all of a sudden your mind goes, I'm going to do that. Instantly. It's not a, girl, I was thinking about this. And no, it's literally, I'm going to get that. And I'm going to do that because you done already picked up on the clues. Y'all heard that? It's straight like, and we're in Pisces season, which is Neptune energy, which is also something I talked about in that live. Baby, this is great energy. This is they are giving it to you straight, no chaser. Okay. And then one of the things I love about it is it's going to keep popping up. You're going to see how you've already been doing. So basically, let's say they give you an idea. Boom. We want you to be an author. Boom. You're like, I'm going to write a book. Boom. Go ahead and do it. As you go along about your days after you've accepted the idea, all of a sudden you're going to realize you've been already doing this. You already have the skill set for it. It already was in your mind. It already was in your heart. You just couldn't figure out what it was. Just watch. It's crazy because the puzzle pieces is so like, they give you the idea, you accept it, boom. Okay, challenge accepted. You gonna realize over the next week, I'd say the next 2 weeks, and roughly this will go on for months. But just I want you to just pay attention. You gonna realize that the skill set you already have. You gonna realize certain things like, wait a minute, I was already doing this, so why wouldn't I do this to do this? Like, wait a minute, I was already talking to them to do this, so why don't I just go ahead? Like, you already been doing it. But you would not have, if they would have gave you the idea months ago, weeks ago, you would have shut that shit down. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I'm not, I don't think I'm qualified to do that. I don't think that's a good idea. I can't do that. Like, you would have said no. Literally, you would have said no. Okay, so we can call a spade a spade. You would have said no. All right, so I know, Mercury's in Aries too. Oh, who knew? Didn't even know that. All right. Some days have passed, so we're just going to keep going. Tomorrow, the Sun in Pisces trines Mars in Cancer. This is a great day to start projects, as this enthusiastic aspect provides us with the confidence and courage to get the ball rolling. Hello. Use this energy to tackle tasks and pressure balls and make waves. On the 12th, the Sun in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Dreams really do come true, as something you've wished for may manifest into reality today. Use this energy to step into your highest power and embrace your magic. Are we clocking T? Clock it. On the 13th, the lunar eclipse, full moon in the lunar eclipse, full moon in Virgo. Virgo, 6th house. Okay, you seen being a service to others, how others are a service to you. Communications, your addiction, your health, your routines. Do you see how the first 40 minutes is going into what we're doing? Okay. It says, yikes. This lunar eclipse will unleash everyone's inner critics, making flaws feel clear and all-consuming. Learn to pick your battles and make peace with the things you can't change. What does perfect look? Every time I want to give up. Every time I want to give up because it might not look how I want it to look, God be like, why would you do that? I said, well, God, I don't know. I mean, it's not really working out like I thought it would. He goes, it doesn't matter. It made me think if I would have gave up 2 years ago, I wouldn't have nothing to reference all the things that I've said to my collective. I wouldn't have nothing to reference into. I wouldn't have been able to tell my kids like, yo, I used to predict stuff because God used to tell me things and I used to teach people how to get through it. They'd be like, yeah, all right, Mom. I got digital footprint, baby. Yeah. When I told people to transfer wealth was happening, I got a footprint when I said that 2 years ago. Hello? Yeah. When I said I was a big homie, I got footprint. Yeah. When I told everybody I was going to have multiple sources of income, multiple businesses, I got footprints. I got evidence. Don't give up. Don't give up. The astrological year 9 is here to tell you that you are creating a new legacy. You're creating a new lineage. You're creating a whole new lifetime for those to come. You doing what you need to do in this lifetime helps everybody that comes after you. You help them in their lifetime in a different way. Since you decided to take this leap, since you decided to take this time to lean in with God during this lifetime, hear me out. Since you decided to do that, I want you to know that the answers you received in this lifetime, you help others get through theirs. You help them overcome obstacles that they don't have to repeat. They don't got to repeat it. You got the answer. They don't have to do that and go through that mistake anymore. You got the answers. And as though we do have free will, I'm telling you right now, because you took the leap, because you the one that said, look, I don't really know what I got to do, but this got to end with me. They ain't got no choice. They gonna listen. They gonna brush it off. They gonna look crazy. Man, look, I know right now it's so many people that could write me off, that have probably already wrote me off, probably said so many things about me, but that what I have taught them, they won't have to repeat it. They might actually learn the lesson at 45 and they 23. They might get it at 60. But they're going to be sitting on that rocking chair and they're going to be like, I remember this girl. Her name was OG. She taught me this, and they're going to teach their kids. I promise you. I promise you. There ain't no cocky shit. That's real shit. There ain't nothing that the Lord has told me to tell other people that is not going to help them in this lifetime. We might not need to be connected. Our past might be done. All the knowledge and the wisdom that I was supposed to give you to help you out in this lifetime, if you no longer around me, trust me, baby, you got exactly what you needed from me. You good. What I taught you, you can teach your kids this. You're going to achieve it. You're going to achieve it so my kids got people to talk to. Yeah. I told y'all, we're in a time right now where God says, I need y'all minds and y'all hearts aligned as one. I had a client last week, and I remember I was telling her, I said, your heart too far and your mind can't catch up. Normally your mind can't catch up to your heart, but right now your heart too far and your mind can't catch up. Our collective is feeling that energy. Your heart, you feel it. You feel these things. You feel you being in a new timeline. You feel yourself being with new friends. You feel yourself being in a new relationship. You feel yourself having new assets and, different things in the world. You feel it. Your mind can't catch up. The heart is open. You know how I know the heart is open? You guys are receiving new opportunities. New people are coming in your life, and it's not the same person in a different phase. These are different people. But your mind can't wrap around that this is a new person. So you're just waiting for the shoe to drop, or you're waiting to show, be like, oh, I knew I was right. I knew I should have protected myself. You're waiting. And you look crazy. Things are not going to happen at the speed of light, but they're actually going to happen quicker than you think. But see, you're so used to the negative. You're so used to people manipulating. You're so used to people gaslighting. You're so used to people love bombing. You're so used to all the things that have to do with poor emotional management, poor pussy management, poor dick management. You're used to that. So you can't accept the quality of love. You can't accept the energy of understanding and empathy, the true understanding, the true confidence, the true intimacy. You can't understand that. You can't see that because you're so used to this energy of pain and trauma. You can't see it. One of the things about the lunar eclipse that I love that it's about Virgo, and but the fact that it's happening in Virgo, is the qualities of you that are bad service to others are the same ones that are being removed from those around you that don't resonate with how you service people now. I hope that makes sense. Because a lunar eclipse is so lunar eclipse meaning is the astrological event that occurs when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow. Basically, the moon now goes behind the Earth. It follows the Earth, meaning that it gives me like I guess I can give you the picture like this. The emotions and the illusions and the intuition now follows very 3D things. Okay, it follows very surface level things. So as this is following a lot of surface level, everybody will feel, well, let me not say everybody, majority of us will feel the call to now rise above. So where we see things from a 5D perspective, now I'm just going to give you an example. We now go to 6D, 7D, because the world's actual norm will now be surface level. Okay. Everybody has been underneath surface level in the depths of hell. And so now the world's consciousness will be raised right at the surface level. Okay. So now that everybody has that surface level mentality, they have no choice but to go up, to become a better service to each other. Because right now, the majority of things in the world are very bad business. They're very bad business. Hairstylists are telling hairstylists the reason why you attract certain people is because of the fact that you do these hairstyles and you know damn well that's not your passion. You like to do locks, but for some reason you got into wigs because you found that it was money. Remember I told y'all, stop getting in these businesses because you found that it was a bag in that business. You have no business over there. That doesn't even match your skill set. Your skill set is natural. Your skill set is earthly shit. And you up in here gluing people a wig on their forehead. Right. Okay. Because you saw money in there. Let's just be honest. We can call a spade. Okay. So the lunar eclipse symbolizes its inner transformation and renewal. Okay. It says in spiritual traditions, this celestial events are considered powerful times for meditation, reflection, and setting of intentions. Hello. It's so funny because it says lunar eclipses are often highly emotional periods and triggering endings and breakthroughs. Thank you. The norm will now be surface level. That wasn't a norm for us. That's a new norm. Okay, let's get this to be this is the norm. Let me say it again. This is the norm. Okay. I love you guys. Wait, is there one more event that's happening? Oh, sorry, y'all. Some things I want to. Oh, and then Mercury retrograde starts. Our first Mercury retrograde of 2025 can be pretty heated, as a few weeks may be ripe for fiery temper tantrums, miscommunications, delays, and hurt feelings can lead up to burn bridges. However, before you light this match, remember to take deep breaths. Anything missed comes from a contradiction. If you aren't contradicting yourself, then Mercury retrograde shouldn't be an issue. I think more people are going to realize how they have a lot of contradictory. Is that a word? Contradictory behavior? Contradictory. No, contradictory is a word. It is. Yeah.
Contradictory.
Yeah, contradictory. Yeah, I had to make sure that's a word. They have very contradictory behavior. So make sure you guys tune into my YouTube. I will be doing a live tonight. We're going to talk about March wisdom. That's about it. This was Speaking of Spade. I'm Spade. I love you guys. I'll see y'all next week. Mwah.